Voice module online.
Are you listening?
Get over here!
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
This week on RDS Gaming, RDS accomplishes something. No, really. Our mom told us so. Hello, and welcome to episode 49 of the RDS Gaming Podcast, your most offensive source for all things nerd, geek, and gaming. As always, the first voice you get to hear, whether it makes you happy or depressed, is Racer. We've got a couple of members in the peanut gallery that you're not going to hear from, but the other voices in your head tonight are Black Sun.
Hey guys, good to be back. It's been a while since I got to visit with everyone.
Except we don't actually date the podcast, so as far as anybody's concerned, you've been here every week.
I was referring to last week's. In this one, I haven't been able to be around as much.
We'll go with that. And Zero.
Hey, who's ready to do something?
Well, I'm ready to burn the house down, so let's fucking start.
See, there's all kinds of something we can be doing. What's your something?
Nobody cares about algebra. I gotta say, nobody. If that's what you're referring to right now, just let it die. There's no place for math here. 1 + 1 = 34. It doesn't matter. Math is bad.
Yeah. No, I was just referring to any of his somethings that he's referring to.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Had nothing to do with any of that fun-filled stuff that everyone loves.
Well, that's good. I'm politically opposed to math, which means I should get elected in another couple of years, so. Oh, we got political for a second there. Nothing? Wow.
Fuck that political shit. I want no part of that.
All right.
You gotta push that line every once in a while, don't you?
Well, I guess I can count on Zero's vote.
Oh, I would vote for you in a fucking heartbeat.
It just proves how much intelligence he actually has, folks. He would vote for me. Let's keep that in mind. If you ever have the opportunity to put Zero in charge of anything, remember that one statement.
What are you trying to say? You think this is a bad idea?
I'm just saying that by and large, most people, psychologists, human beings, children, babies, ants, animals, would all agree that maybe that's not the best idea in the world. I mean, I won't have a Twitter meltdown. I'm more the kind of person that just goes fuck it and hits the button. I don't tell anybody about it. I'm just like, nah, they'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, so you gotta look at the full picture. I mean, there's some things that could be very good. Other things, wrong place, wrong time. It could go very bad for you.
So what you're saying is probably not the best call for the long term.
Yeah, pretty much.
Depends
Yeah.
how much do you like Fallout?
I mean, I love the games, but
Hey, there you go, man. I'm just making your dreams come true.
fuck yeah, that's genius. I am fucking voting for you.
Why live a fantasy when you can live it in real life?
We get the super mutants and everything, right?
I mean, I don't know. I'll probably be dead. I'm not going to be able to, like, sponsor a government program where we're like, hey, there's all this radiation. Let's experiment with it. Here's all these drugs we're going to pump into people and dogs. Why did they only go with people and dogs, by the way? That seems really weird. Like, where are super mutant cows and shit? Like, that would be disturbing. Or super mutant rhino. Todd Howard, are you listening? Fallout 5? Come on. Do me a solid, man. Steal my ideas. I need somebody to sue.
superhuman fucking rhinos? Fuck yes.
Imagine what you could get with some of them mutated birds or vultures.
Oh man,
I
that'd be
think-
real fucked up.
I think both sides of the Bethesda coin have proven we don't like flying enemies between bloatflies and
Oh,
fucking
fuck those things.
cliff racers from Morrowind. We're pretty much done with any flying enemy in a Bethesda game.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Fucking terrible.
Don't want to push that envelope there.
Yeah, let's just say that maybe the dev team isn't the best at coding flying shit. It's just my guess.
Blackstone,
really,
maybe you can help
really
them with
good at
that.
it.
In enough time, possibly. But in order for that, we'd have to discuss, that one thing we're not discussing tonight.
Well, you got 15 years to go. So you gotta have plenty of time. That should be about the time the next fucking Bethesda game comes out. It's not made by a separate studio.
Yeah.
Good point. I should be able to nail some of that down. No problem by then. Maybe I already have it completed on a different one. We'll just license the algorithm to them.
There you go. That's where you make the real money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the OBASF commercials, folks. We don't make games. We make games better. Or at least we like to think so.
We come up with brilliant ideas, and here, we'll let you use it for a price.
Well, all right. That takes us into our beginning section here. What's everybody been playing?
Go for it, Zero, since you got something to talk about.
Sure. Let's see here. I've been playing some Dragon Age Origins. Decided to go a little old school with that. And I also started playing some Titanfall 2 and some Battlefield 1 because for some stupid fucking reason, I decided it would be a great idea to play competitive multiplayer. And then I remembered I'm not really that awesome, and I got killed a whole bunch. And yet I kept fucking doing it.
But hey, look at the bright side. You got lots of recorded stuff from that, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Damn it, now I gotta find some license-free cricket music.
So you sound so confident in that statement, Zero.
I mean, do you think people really want to watch me die like a whole shitload of times?
I mean, honestly, right now in my mind, I would enjoy that a great deal.
Well, I mean, I could definitely, like, I'm obviously fucking stupid and a glutton for punishment, and I'm going to keep playing those kind of on and off. So I'd be more than happy to record you some racer and send you some just so, you can point and laugh at me and,
Oh no, it's not me. Like, if I don't have to worry about like actual content and shit in it, then it's gonna be the internet pointing and laughing at you. I'm just gonna clip through it real quick and then put a nice fucking logo and title block on it and upload that shit and be like, here, watch this failure. And that's it. And then hope and pray that some tech blog or magazine picks it up and they're like, watch this guy fail at everything, point and laugh, and the internet joins us and it's like, this is hilarious. This guy sucks.
Well, I mean, if that's what we're shooting for, I am sure that I could accomplish that.
Hey, succeed through failure. If nothing else, professional life has taught me that's how things go.
Fail upwards, right?
Yeah, you fail to the point you can't fail any higher.
Okay, yeah. I can totally do that.
I mean, we can jump into the Reddit side of things there, and the fact that the most populated subreddits that constantly appear on my front page, despite never clicking on them, are people talking about how much they hate things. Streamers, games, everything else. It's just like, okay, like, and sure, it's an epidemic across the country, but the whole LGBT movement, like, those people go through a lot of hate on a daily basis. Still not as popular as like a real life live streamer that people have decided to hate. I don't get it. Like, it feels like there is more hatred directed at that one person than an entire subculture of humanity. So it's weird, but it seems to sell. It's not sex anymore, folks. Be a complete failure. Everybody will love you.
Well, at least love to laugh at you.
I'm fine with that because I don't know these internet people, so
Look,
whatever.
You can either get paid and get laughed at or get laughed at. I'm going to take option A in that case.
See,
How very true.
This is why you're the brains of the group, Racer.
So, Zero's been failing and dying a lot, getting shot by 13-year-olds.
yeah, pretty much.
You been playing anything, Black Sun, or you just been cracking the books?
Dad just been cracking the books. She's been a bit intense, as you know, the past couple weeks.
So, what about you, Racer? You been playing anything?
Yeah, since everybody else has failed me, I loaded up the division again since the new patch came out and a bit ago, and it's still not scratching an itch, but it is a wall I can beat my head against until it's bloody and numb.
That
So it's
definitely
still good
sounds
for
like
that.
a good plan.
Hey, it's different. There's that. There's nothing like the stick the carrot is on is so fucking long at this point that I'll probably never catch it. So it kind of works for that, but I just play it in very short bursts and then take a whole bunch of nighttime cold medicine, and it's all good.
So it's good preparation for that, you're saying.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even like, and there hasn't been enjoyment in a whole lot of anything. So the division is perfect because it's much better. Don't get me wrong. They put a lot of work into it. I see where they're going. But I don't think it's a game designed to enjoy. I think it's a game designed to endure. Like, you should get an award or an achievement or something if you're still playing the game 6 months from now. Just logging in again, it should be like, oh, still here. Ding! Here's some Uplay points. Thank you.
Yeah, I could see that. I did see one article that said this recent patch did improve some things.
Oh, I'm sure it did. And once I grind for another 100 hours and get the gear to make me relevant, I'm sure I will feel like something changed too. But right now, it's the same old, same old. Hide behind something, shoot, pop a skill, shoot a little more, and that's it. But yeah, that's mostly what I've played. Not a whole lot else going on. Not a whole lot else holding my interest. So yeah, that's been it.
So yeah, all kinds of fun then being had.
Yeah.
And I would guess that, you know, we got to keep everything going. So I think that may be a disappointment, much like the division. Huge disappointment, but it's still going.
How very true.
So yeah, that's it. We got college, we got a whole bunch of shitty EA games, and we got a massive shitty Ubisoft game. Yeah, massive. That's actually the developer. This was a pun I didn't mean to make.
So you're trying to do the whole poet thing without knowing it. Got it.
So yeah, I think that covers that. So we're gonna go ahead and transition to the news. And we're going to start out with a fan favorite.
Ooh, that's always nice.
For everybody screaming about Half-Life 3 and Portal 3 and Left 4 Dead 3 and All the other sequels of Valve IPs that are never going to get made, take comfort. Valve is selling out. They recently announced the Portal Bridge Constructor game.
Uh-oh. So they're letting go of some things
I
to let
think
them
it
advance?
may even be developed in house, but it's just a shitty knockoff crap game using portals and Gladys and turrets. It'll probably be a lot of fun. It'll probably be great, but as always, the internet reacts in the worst way possible, and everybody's butthurt that it's not Portal 3.
Yeah, that does sound like the internet. I was gonna say, like an in-house mod, basically, kind of, or mod update.
I don't
to
know.
the game.
I don't think the actual footage shown in the trailers are gameplay of any sort, so it'll be interesting to see what it is as an actual game. But yeah, that's where we're stuck right now.
Well, at least it's
Awesome.
movement forward.
Yeah, yeah, and everybody's cracking jokes and shit, but we'll see what it turns into. Like I said, it's backed by Valve. I'm sure it will be a really fun game if you're into the particular style of game. So fuck it, who cares? It's Valve's IP. At least somebody's doing something with it that's not going to get a cease and desist letter.
That is always a plus.
And speaking of odd games, I have not delved into it. I've watched enough gameplay videos because it was on the front page of the internet forever and everywhere on YouTube and Twitch. Super Hot is getting a sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the first person time based bullet time blah 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 is being developed further, which was a very simple concept of a game, but everybody loved it for a really long time, and then it was like everybody just forgot overnight. It stopped popping up all the time. From what I'm told, it's an excellent entry in the VR world, and it seems to be gaining steam. If they're confident enough to make a sequel to it, let's see what happens. I may actually buy the first one now that a sequel is coming out and get it on the cheap. Because it looks like one of those games that's going to be massively fucking frustrating.
Oh, that's
So
right up your alley.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, I could have an easy life, but why bother doing that?
We know you too well.
Why go swimming when you can chain 12 cinder blocks to yourself and go swimming? Fuck it.
It's just a better workout that way. I mean, minor, slight chance of drowning, but hey, whatever. Fuck that.
But hey, that leads us to the bright side, because I had to put something bright in there before we got super depressing by the end of the news. Nintendo announced a couple weeks ago that the entire Mega Man X series was coming to Switch.
I seen that.
Yeah.
8 games. And I don't give a shit what all of you old school fanboys say. The Mega Man X series was the best part of the Mega Man series. And I love it. And I will bury my tiny, tiny penis in it. Yes, Nintendo, you will take my money or I'll emulate it. Whatever. But still, I am excited to see that. When we did our coverage on the SNES Mini, that was one of the things I said. If they opened up a DLC store for it and put the Mega Man X shit on there, I would be 100% convinced to buy it. And that is a strong argument in my case. I have spent more hours playing the Mega Man X series than I can count and have replayed it uncountable amounts of time. So I am pretty fucking stoked about that.
Yeah, I replayed a bunch of them, say, probably a year ago.
It just
Went through the first one.
feels so goddamn good.
It does, and I seen that too. from the looks of it, it's actually going to be, the price is going to be very reasonable for the games.
And shout out to Aaron at Ego Raptor, Funhouse, whatever the fuck he's under now. His sequelitis series with Mega Man X basically captures the entire thing of back in the day when games taught you how to play by playing the fucking game. And that's still the feel of those games was amazing. And I miss it. And that would be great to have that come back in a modern format.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
I fully agree there.
Which looks like they're trying to do. Capcom is again trying to cash in on my rose-tinted glasses and nostalgia. And Mega Man 11 was announced with HD 2D graphics. No more 8-bit retro throwback. It looks like a very clean, very polished version of Mega Man 8.
Yes, went in, added some more pixels to that. Make it look all pretty.
I watched the trailer. It looks good. It looks like it's going to be fun to play.
It is, but I go back to the Mega Man cartoon. I am not a kid anymore. I want X, goddammit. Him and Zero were all edgy and shit. Think my black clothes and makeup give me power. That's a Blair Witch 2 throwback for anybody out there that's too young to know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. But hey, it still looks like a good game. It's Mega Man. You know it'll feel good. You know it'll play well. You know it'll probably be ball-crushingly difficult. And I am sure somewhere, probably built into the game at launch, will be an 8-bit filter so it looks like shit. And can make all us oldsters strain our eyes to figure out what the blue block is next to the white block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do like to do that. And I'm sure all these younger kids that have just gotten Switches will get pissed off that they have to beat their head against the wall playing them.
Yeah, parents, here's a tip. You might want to get some of them Wiimote straps for the Switch controllers if you're going to get Mega Man 11 for your kids.
Yeah, because that's a controller thrower right there.
Or if you get the regular one, yeah, get a Velcro strap and put it on there.
But yeah,
If you have the full size.
just put your kids in a baby cage. Simplify this. No matter what they throw, it ain't getting through the bars. It's cool. Put some chicken wire around it if you have to. If you buy one of the cheap ones and the bars are widely spaced, and tiny arms can get out of there.
And just do that fine mesh, kind of like around the trampolines they do now.
Yeah, there you go. And rounding up our news, because I have to bash on the biggest disappointment since I looked at my friend circle. Destiny 2 DLC has brought Destiny 2 to the forefront of the gaming media mind and gamers' hearts everywhere. But not in a good way.
I seen a little bit of that.
The Osiris DLC has dropped, which adds Mercury, which excited a lot of people. And much like Destiny 2, got people really excited and then was a crushing disappointment.
Yay! Aww.
Very short, not a whole lot of content, some interesting new exotics. Thankfully, in my opinion, which I realize may not be popular, finally brought a mass meta into Crucible and everything else. But they also locked out the non-purchasers from existing content. Now, anybody that played Destiny 1 long term understands it, is familiar with it. And that happened previously, but now you're even locked out of the original raid.
Oh. So yeah, they're taking it to the next level. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah, And it's basically the new DLC is a couple hours of content that is a paywall to block you out of everything. Not cool, Bungie or for Activision, whoever was behind that idea. Not cool. Fucking fix your shit. It's still, I have not had a desire to go back and play the game. The grind feel that I loved about Destiny 1 is gone. Just no. I'm sorry. You're just misstepping repeatedly. People love Massive more than you right now. That took some work.
Yeah.
That is saying something. And that thing too, once I finally got going and started playing, and it takes no time to catch up. I mean, you can get through it all in, say, like a week. You're easily basically through it, or you're very viable and you can do anything with anyone.
Yeah, there's just not enough to it. You've made it entirely too vanilla as far as things are concerned. Maybe you'll fix it and I'll come back and be super excited. But right now, the PS4 stays in rest mode.
Just have to go to the hopefully get some of those plus free games that'll be decent.
Yeah, I doubt that. But anyways, that's news for episode 49. If we didn't discuss something or you've got a comment, let us fucking know, you little bitches.
Yeah, we're always up to add a little bit to the discussion.
So, we're on to this week's topic. Games that gave you a sense of accomplishment. And there's a lot of different ways to attack that. But we're going to let the mound of meat start out. How do you want to approach this, Zero? Because this was your fucking idea.
Well, you're right. And, I've been thinking about it a lot. And, do you come at from the angle of a game that when you finish it, it feels like a great accomplishment? Or do you go at it from an angle of the gameplay gives you a great feeling of accomplishment all the way through? Because there's a lot of games, that when you finish it, you're like, this was amazing. I can't believe I did this, especially some of those, like those ones that, you describe as ball crushingly difficult. Like Mega Man. When you get to the end of like Mega Man, like it's one of those things like you feel like you have had a true accomplishment because, the further you go, the more difficult it gets. And it, just constantly feels like the difficulty is being ratcheted up, So when you finish it, you feel like you have accomplished something big. And then there's other games, where they're designed to give you, that feeling of accomplishment throughout. Like, whether it be with rewards or achievements, things like that. So, like, there's several different ways to really look at this. Yeah. And it's hard to really pick a way that I want to go after it, honestly. Because, like I said, I love Mega Man. I'm in the same boat as you are, Racer. Like, I saw that shit the other day, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. And I sit back and think, because I wasted quite a few hours in my childhood fucking grinding my brains out trying to beat Mega Man. And I remember when I beat it, and I remember just feeling like I had done something amazing when I finished it. Now, I'm sure there's other people that are like, Mega Man's so easy, yada, yada, yada. For me, I found it to be a tremendous sense of accomplishment for myself. Like, and then, like I'm a big World of Warcraft guy, and I've done a whole bunch of the raids, And doing those with friends gives me a sense of accomplishment in a sense because I've done something that tons of players don't do, and I got to do it with friends. So I think that's kind of where I'm at with this subject. What about
All
you?
right.
What about you, Black Sun?
Well, yeah, I do have to agree with most of that. I've never done the WoW thing.
Well,
Did
yeah.
accomplish some of them things though. I understand that. I've done it in other ones I did play, and that is always nice. Say from the earlier ones, I guess along the lines of the Mega Man for the accomplishment, the Ninja Gaiden. Those were the ones when I actually was able to finally get through and complete those. That was nice. Definitely memorable. It kind of goes along the lines of the Mega Man. It's not something that you're just going to walk through. It takes a little strategy, a little thinking. Yeah, let's say along the lines of like say the Dark Souls. They're in that aspect also. You get through those and beat them. There's something to be said about it. I know there's more too.
Well, why do
There's
you
a
think on
ton
that?
more.
Why do you think about that? What are your thoughts on it, Racer?
Accomplishments is anything. There is 100 different ways, like I said, and we'll go back to all kinds of different ways to look at it. Yes, Neo, Dark Souls, those games that are designed to be soul crushingly difficult are a sense of accomplishment. You overcame it, you learned, you found the patterns, you did everything else. The premise behind a game designed to be difficult is one thing. Self challenges are a whole other thing. I mean, back in old patches, and because I'm an idiot and I never play games based on the rule set given to you, in World of Warcraft, I would gear up as much as I could not to go through current content, but to go through old content that you shouldn't be able to solo, but if you worked hard enough, you could. And I do that. In the division during patch 1.3 or 1.4, it was so boring as a solo player. I decided that I would go with a triple shotgun loadout. And that's how I would play the fucking game. I would run the challenging daily missions with nothing but shotguns because I could, because it was a challenge.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And I got a
And
serious sense of accomplishment from doing that. It was the worst gun in the game with a decent loadout and good skills, and I could fucking do it. The same thing with Destiny. I would break the strikes and run Nightfall solo. Do anything I could to make the game harder to get that rush, to get that sense of accomplishment. And for some people, it's walking through it with no issues. Some people, it's facing horrific difficulty and anything else. But that's the thing, whether it's a mechanic imposed or a self imposed challenge, accomplishment can be had any way, shape, or form.
oh yeah, most definitely. And say I was gonna bring up that I remember say that from Destiny One and say getting that part. You going through and accomplishing that and doing those solo. See, another one I kind of thought of was, or in I guess the accomplishment of having a good time and having fun was is some of the times that we all get together and we do say like our rum and jokes or whatever, and just going through whether it be golf with friends or whatever, and going through that and just doing some crazy shit and having fun with it, and sometimes pulling off wins there in some fucked up ways.
Oh, you mean like when you like to block people from getting in the hole?
Yeah, yeah.
Black Sun is Chief Cockblocker #1.
Yes, he is.
Arctic, who is listening, is the other one.
Yeah. Arctic and I, we did have a little bit of fun with some shenanigans there.
And you can't tell me that that didn't give you just a little sense of accomplishment every time that you managed to stop like me or Gates or Racer when we were trying to get in.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting to. I mean, it's between that or just the fun, throughout that, because it wasn't just. So I don't think it was just fun for me. It added another challenge for you guys, and for a while it was fun. At the end, it might have started been annoying, but it was rum and joke, so it was all good.
Well, and even in golf with friends, there's a sense of accomplishment when you're just playing the game normal, but you get that absolute perfect shot, and you sink a hole in one, and you're just like, "Holy fuck, that's amazing!"
And you'll never do it again.
Yeah, no, you're right. But you did it that one time, and it's just like that's fucking awesome.
Uh huh. Which I
That's
see they
all
got
it
the
takes.
pirate ship out now.
I think that was a request, folks.
No, they actually. I see they released a pirate ship out there.
No, I meant a request from you that we actually get Rum and Joke back on the docket.
That could be a good time.
It may be a little while, folks, but it may be sooner than you think.
Oh shit!
Well, I do have a little free time coming up.
So, all right, what's your fucking personal gaming accomplishment?
See, that's a difficult question. From the standpoint of we have all played a lot of the same games, and we all play some different games. Because I know, Racer, there's some games that you love, like the soul crushingly hard games, like Dark Souls and Neo, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I don't know what it is, but I cannot find joy in those games, and I don't know why. Because like when I watch you, like I've watched you play Neo and stuff, and it looks fucking fun as hell. But I don't know what it is about it. Like it's like it looks like it's so much fun to play. Because I set like pretty sure I set the one night at your house and watched you play that for like 2.5 hours.
Something close to that, yeah.
And I don't know why I wouldn't enjoy it. So where you would pull a sense of accomplishment out of that, I would pull a sense of utter frustration.
Maybe a little hatred.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never played. I've watched it played, and I've heard good things about it because I know you played it too, Black Sun.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you enjoyed it, correct?
I did. I'd say I'm into those kind of games also. As you know, I like that challenge and that punishment from them.
Yeah.
Which I need to go back through and complete, which means just basically starting fresh again and going straight through. Those are not games that you can pick up after being away from them for a while and pick up where you left off. That just does not work.
Yeah.
You have to get back into the swing of it and prepared, because jumping in when you're not used to it to the harder ones, it's going to be even rougher than normal.
I was gonna say pretty rough.
It intensifies the challenge a little bit, yeah.
And you see, there's games that I play that I know you two don't really enjoy, like Stardew Valley. I love that game, and like when I finished it, like when I finished the main objective of the game, like I felt really good about it. Like I was like, this was really neat. I enjoyed this, and I took pride in the fact that I was able to finish it and do the different things in the game, and like I really dug it, and like when I finished I did feel a sense of accomplishment. I'm not gonna lie. I've gone back to the game twice now and played through it.
I'd say I'll play like the Terraria and whatnot, but I'd say those I enjoy more playing with, say, with friends or whatever, and going through and accomplishing stuff and progressing through
Yeah,
on those type of games. The solo games, not so much on that style.
Oh,
Say,
come on now. That still
no,
didn't
for
answer the
real.
fucking question.
Might say my biggest, I guess, one for me would be the completion of and actually completing all the Ninja Gaiden games for the solo side of it. That would be my number one on that, because that started back in the original Nintendo and went all the way through the Xbox version.
Yes.
So that's like what, 6 or 7 of them total. And those first original trilogy, those were the real challenge. Either the Xbox ones they made a little easier, or I just got smarter about doing things
Yeah,
with
good
age.
possibility.
I mean, I've noticed that going back and playing some of the old ones with emulation and whatnot, that it's not always quite as hard as what I remembered it. Because here a while back, I actually went back and replayed Master Blaster Zero, which I remembered having a blast with, and it was challenging and whatnot. But I replayed it again, and I burned right through it. It wasn't nearly as challenging this time. What, 20 plus years later?
yeah. I think for me, it would probably be Final Fantasy VII, and the reason for that is there was so much in it to do, and I did it the first time I played through. I didn't have a guide, and like there wasn't YouTube back then, so I I had to do everything strictly on my own. There was no, for me there wasn't any hand holding or guidance. It was just you had to figure it out. And I remember it was a Saturday night because I remember I was up real late and doing the final uh, boss battle with Sephiroth. Like that was like I remember when I got done, I was just blown away. That was for me. That's the one.
Makes sense.
Now, what is it for you, Razor? Because I'm honestly really curious about what you're going to come up with.
Oh, I've got a whole bunch of different ones there. I would say the greatest sense of accomplishment I've had is probably solo completion of Crota's End.
Now, Crota's Inn. That's the one where you got to get the sword and everything.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
what that's what I thought. Okay, you did that solo.
Yeah.
See, that's fucking badass. Because I know Black Sun and I did it with you. Like it was, I believe it was me and you and Black Sun, just the three of us, and it was pretty challenging with the three of us. So I imagine it had to. Like, how long did that take you?
Not really a whole lot difference in time. Less stuff to worry about. You just had to get everything down perfectly.
Yeah. Now, didn't you tell me there was somebody that did that shit with rock band drums?
Yeah.
Backward.
That's what I thought. I remembered you telling me something about that. Damn.
Yeah, he did it with Rock Band drums. Then he did it with Rock Band drums, doing the entire raid backwards without getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's-
insane.
Say, try that with a raid and see how that goes without. Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine doing it on my own with a controller, let alone doing it with a set of rock band drums. Like, Racer, my hat is off to you, sir, for soloing that, because that is an insane accomplishment in and of itself. Like, I know me and I know my gaming abilities. I know that I would not be able to do that on my own. Like, that's pretty fucking amazing, dude.
Hey, I spent a lot of time playing that game alone, so
Takes just a little bit of repetitive practice. Right,
Yeah.
Razor?
yeah. Proper loadout, time, skill set, everything else, it can be done.
He was a little dedicated to it, you could say.
Yeah, yeah. Now you had more than one race.
Well, that's probably the one I'm most proud of. I had a lot of proud moments in Destiny 1. I would say I had a great sense of accomplishment when it was still difficult the first time I beat a challenging mission solo in the Division. Any RPG I've ever 100%ed. I still get a rush from any of the Dark Souls series or Neo, managing to make it through those. And I managed to get the true end in my first playthrough of Neo, which was a pretty big deal as far as I was concerned, and probably should have resulted in broken controllers.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean when you say the true end?
You can beat the game and stop and be done and not actually get the end. There's actually a whole follow-up series of bosses to fight to get the real end to the game.
Oh, okay, I see now.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, 100-eyed bastard.
I take that's one of the bosses.
Yes, last. The actual final boss. Bunch of laser beam shooting eyes.
Oh, that sounds pretty fucking spectacular.
It was. I loved it. It was awesome. I enjoyed it heartedly.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's piece cake to dodge all the lasers.
And then I guess we go back to the old school and truly my greatest achievement in gaming, bar none, was the DayZ section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. That was a lot of good times right there.
I had a whole bunch of broken legs.
Everybody did. That was part of Shanaris. Get over it.
What are you
Oh, I
doing
know.
crawling on the stairs for anyways?
Zero, why are you crawling on the stairs? Because I broke my leg. How'd you break your leg? I don't know. Just walking down the stairs.
Fuck you. You came in after Doors murdered you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, that was when I first started playing. There was a chance every time you opened a door that would break your legs and pretty much kill you.
Yeah, severe bleeding.
Holy fuck. How
You
did I
had to
not
be
hear
real
about
quick.
that?
Because you weren't in mumble at the right times to hear me go, fuck, door, god damn it.
Which is hard to believe as much as it happened that you never caught that. Because he was not the
Yeah.
only one, saying that. Son
You
of a
know-
bitch, motherfucking door.
Then you had to crawl around if you weren't bleeding to find a zombie to murder you if you didn't have fucking anything to repair your legs. Or wait.
Let's say that's the worst part, because most of the time when it happened, it wasn't just a little scratch and bleed, it was a major bleed out. So you had to be quick, and if you didn't have everything to stop it and fix yourself, you were kind of screwed.
Yeah.
It's all right, folks. Sometime around the time my kids graduate from, my grandkids graduate from college, it'll come out alpha. Maybe.
You mean the
If we're lucky.
standalone?
Yeah.
Actually, I seen it's 2018 or early 2018. They're actually releasing to console or something, official
Uh-huh.
release.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen.
Which I didn't know. I mean, it wasn't April 1st, so I was kind of confused because it kind of came off as that.
Came off as a really, really bad April Fool's joke.
Yeah, at the wrong time of year. I don't know. I found it hard to believe that you could say.
Yeah.
You're hard to believe. What?
What?
Well, anybody else got anything else to feel accomplished about, or are these just more participation awards?
Fuck them things. I don't need any of those.
No. Fuck those.
In other words, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good.
All right. Well, if you're still listening, you've accomplished 52 minutes of basically ear rape. So thank you. We'll see you all tomorrow with some After Dark. But until then, Zero, you know what to do.
Shoot for the stars.
It's the only thing you can accomplish, folks. We've tried to change it, but his brain's just wired that way.